Hannah Friedman, our treasurer, to speak on leadership.
Germany is famous for several things: Bratwurst, Oktoberfest, Grimm's fairy tales, and leader. I'm not talking about Chancellor Angela Merkel, who, whether or not you agree with her politics, is arguably the most powerful woman in the world and an incredible example of female empowerment. No, a Lied, or plural, leader, is a German romantic art song. That was my attempt at a music pun. Shout out to Mr. Gecky for signing that paper. There's my allotted pun. I'm done, I promise. Leadership is defined as the term that encompasses responsibility, reliability, and active participation. In fact, it is said to be the combination of the other three pillars, the real-life application of having character, being scholarly, and servicing the community. So I guess as far as speech topics go, I win. Not that it's a competition, not everything is a competition. I ran unopposed for this position. Let me pause for a second and say, welcome to the National Honor Society. We have been waiting and preparing for this night all year. Mostly just so we can now sell the quite humorous and fairly nerdy t-shirts we designed back in November, but also because it's so exciting to add 89 students to our ranks. That number is amazing. Being accepted is not an easy job. 200 hours is a lot of time, and instead of spending it napping or catching up on Breaking Brad or The Waltzing Dead or whatever it is that modern teenagers with free time watch, you chose to spend that time bettering our community. You have all proven to the faculty that you have what it takes to lead this school and maintain its standard for academic excellence. You are some of the brightest and best students in the country. That means more than just another achievement to add to your college application. This induction is the reward for all of your hard work and the beginning of your futures, in which all of you will use these 4 defining characteristics to become the top of your fields and change the world. If you think I'm exaggerating, I'm not. Now, I'm supposed to speak about what it means to be a leader and how important it is to our community, but all our inductees know what this means, because they wouldn't be inducted tonight without having demonstrated their possession of this quality. Let's be real, this ceremony is for the students, and since all of you have homework to do, because we're each at least 60% nerd, that is a factual statistic, I'll try to make my 5 minutes as effective as possible. Over the past 4 years, I have held 13 executive board positions, but I've also lost races. In 6th grade, I ran for class president on the platform of single-handedly saving the environment by charging students 25 cents for paper bags at the school store. Needless to say, I lost that one. Actually, I lost to a current NHS member, but I'm not bitter. However, I didn't let this stop me. I continue to advocate for environmental protection and continue to run for leadership positions. I feel from my experience I could offer some advice. So here are the concrete, indisputable do's and don'ts of being in a position of leadership. Do run. Always. You never have anything to lose by putting yourself out there as a candidate. If you want the job, you have to speak up and do everything in your power to be elected. Don't act as though you've been elected until the votes are actually counted. Do prepare a speech. Do make said speech funny. Voters love humor. Don't make said speech rude. Voters don't love being offended. Once elected, do be accepting of other people's opinions. They may have elected you, but it's a lot easier to lead when people respect you. Make compromises and ensure general happiness. That's your job. If you unfortunately are not elected to the position, like I was in 6th grade, don't be a grouch. Be gracious and continue to actively participate as a dedicated and valuable member. Don't slack off. As you know, being a leader is a lot of work and responsibility is key. Do delegate. You can't do everything yourself and you won't be the best person for the job. Surround yourself with geniuses and use the resources and talent that your members provide. Don't forget to say please and thank you, manners matter. And finally, do keep a positive attitude. Whether you're the president or the newbie, you are essential and can make a difference. Now, none of this is very novel. A lot of it is just common sense. Pretty much my advice for elected leaders is don't be stupid. But remember, you don't need to be elected. Everyone can be and should be a leader in every possible way. Being a leader within the community is just as, if not more important, than leading a school club or honor society. You are all leaders because you are tutors, scholars, activists, problem solvers, hard workers, promoters of creativities, and even revolutionaries. In this group of inductees, I see leaders in business and in the arts. I see leaders in politics, in science, in education, in literature, in sports. I see leaders of families and corporations alike. I see future men and women who will have it all because you will have worked for it. We are Holmdel. We may complain about outlining, even though English students don't do that anymore, and claim that we are too lazy to study, but let's be real. Again, because we like to keep it real in the NHS. We are no slackers. You have been chosen to represent the school not only because you are leaders now, but because you will continue to be leaders. It's just in your blood. Welcome to the National Honor Society. T-shirts will be sold during the reception. We thank you now for your support. And now, it is my honor to invite the ever-clever and hardly tardy Corresponding Secretary Allison Chu to the podium to speak about our final pillar tonight, service.